Well, the snow finally stopped. Some of it's stuck, but not that much. It'll be gone in the morning. Yep. Reposition that. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about the American Montanan people. They are very artistic, very creative. In fact, we have like one town almost dedicated to their creativity. A lot of art galleries and such in there, and so remember we were talking about that a while back ago, where guy's tractor breaks down and then he just goes through and jerry rigs something and makes it work. Okay, but that creativity also folds over into the people itself as far as art. Painting rocks. We actually have a group that do nothing but paint rocks and hide them all over the place. Then you go into metalwork, ceramics, paints, photographs, pen and ink, pencil, trees. Take chainsaws and carve up trees and make them look like bears and things like that. So there's a lot of creativity. In fact, at one time, I thought that I was going to be an artist. A little stiff. That's because I did a lot of drawing and had a lot of fun doing it, and I enjoyed it. And I got pretty good just through practice. Remember, we talked about that a long time ago too, is that you gotta have something to do. Once winter hits and you're stuck inside the house and it's just too cold to go outside, TV don't work or something happens, you gotta have something to do. You're gonna go crazy, right? So I did a lot of, we'll get that later, do a lot of cleaning, did a lot of art, and I thought I was pretty good. My parents sent me out to get trained by some of the local artists in the area. They thought I was pretty good. Got into high school. I can't remember, it was sophomore, junior year, whichever year it was. They had an art exhibit of the kids in high school. Now you have to remember, we talked about this also, is that we have a high school. There's only 3 grades in the high school, and there could be 3,000 kids inside that school because they're being bused from all over, from all your small towns going into one, because there's only one big school for high school. They had an art exhibit at one of the banks, and the kids walked to the bank. Those that had a car would drive, but they weren't bused because it was relatively close. It was about half a mile. And walked in there and looked at the art the seniors were doing, because I wasn't one yet, and seen who my competition was, and just hung it up. Said, forget this, I'm not good enough. There's no way. You can't throw a rock in this valley without hitting an artist. That's just the way it is. And that's primarily because of all of the beauty, the trees and the grass and the lakes and the deer. Even the deer, are beautiful. But you gotta have something to do. So this creativity also blows over into the food. They like to cook food. They're very creative with their words. So when they have the name of a company, you'll see when you get here. We have the monogrammed license plates, the personalized ones. Put your own words up and stuff. Some of them are very creative. So you're going to love those. When you're driving around in the area, you'll know when you've made it here, because you'll be reading those license plates and they're funny. Oh, yeah, it's after 5, so I lay off the caffeine. It's not good for you. We'll spin the wheel, we'll try something else.